everyone, welcome back to the Midlife Budget. I'm Kate. I hope you've all had a fantastic week. My husband and I have been on annual leave this week doing some decorating and some bits and bobs around the house. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to review the budget for the second week of November and see if with us being off we've managed to actually stick to that budget. My son's been at school, so we've not done a great deal of things as a family. I will also cash stuff for the third week of October, which is this money here, and I think it's about £450, but I'll have to double check. So we'll have a look at the budget first and see how we did. So I bring in the planner here. So I always use the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. So let's zoom in so you can see the numbers. So this is the second week of November, and this ran from the 7th to the 13th of November. So I rolled over £1,732.83. I had £3 coming from Top Cashback, and then my husband repaid the £93 that he owed us for a couple of items he bought through the account. And then I used £434 of savings. This was £80 from the completed Tropical Challenge and money from our home projects sinking fund and some other sinking funds as well. So that came to £2,262.83. Just a couple of subscriptions really came out this month, or rather this week. So there was Apple storage at 99p, my son's mobile at 25, my husband's PlayStation at $6.99, and then a new one was my Canva Pro subscription, and that came to $45.98. And that left me £2,216.85. So if we move down to variable, we did actually go over our food budget and spend £236.70. My husband had a couple of extra beers because we were off, so they're still sat in the fridge actually. So they will, even though they've come out of this week's budget, they'll actually count as, they should be drunk next week. So we were a little bit over, so I have reduced our budget for the next 2 weeks to bring us back on track. I did think actually that we'd go over this week. We spent £4.48 in household and £6.90 in toiletries. Nothing again in miscellaneous. That's the second week in a row we've not spent anything in miscellaneous. I had my spending money, and then my husband spent £5.50 on a millionaire shortbread and a cup of tea when he was halfway through his very, very long run on Saturday. He has to get used, because he's doing a ultra trail run, he has to get used to stopping and eating. So it's not like he just goes and goes and goes for as long as he can. If he's doing 2 or 3 hours, he needs to actually stop and eat and then continue running. So he's trying to get into the practice of that. My son's getting his hair cut on Saturday, not this week. And then I budgeted £395 for home projects because the £80 from the Tropical Challenge that was completed, I've added into here, and we spent £391.63. The utility room is only a small room, and it's got a door to a loo, a door into the room, and a door into the garage, and a window. So you wouldn't think you'd need that much paint, and we've actually used 5 litres of paint. I had to buy 5 litres. I bought 2.5. It didn't even do the loo, it just did 1 coat on the main bit, and that's after miscoating the walls. I also ordered a Roman blind for that room, a new roller blind for my son's room, and I bought some shelves for my son's room as well. And there was a couple of tools that we needed, and then we needed another roller, and bits and bobs. So we needed a light fitting because it was just the wire. So, you know, you had to get the plastic rolls with the cable down and then the fastening on the end. Well, we got one of those. So that was that. So budgeting, I spent $39.52 because I'm getting ready for next year. So I have taken some of that money out of Christmas because that'll go towards my Christmas. And then the bulk was, where did we go? Asda, and bought coffee. So I bought 2 300-gram jars of coffee, which were on special offer at £6. Because every time I've gone into Home Bargains, it's completely sold out. So that's a big 300-gram Nescafe, it's £6. And Asda had the offer on as well. So I've got 2. I probably should have got more, but I've got 2. So I spent £699.73 on all those variable expenses, and that came to £1,517.12 left of November's budget. And then let's look at what we did with sinking funds and savings challenges. So the sinking funds that were funded this week were school, Mister's clothes, my birthday. We didn't put anything in the dog. I had budgeted to, and for some reason it wasn't on my list, so I've ended up moving it to this week. Costco, hair, skincare, nails, and home projects. And that was a digital one, if you remember. And then I put £75 in my Christmas challenge, £35 in my Friday Saver and the 2025 challenge. I have got £9.51 to add to my coin challenges, and then the Dice Baby, which is the challenge that I do out of the food budget, was £15 in week 2. No debt payments, so I should have had 1,097.61 and I've got 1,077.29, so I'm £20 out, which I think is the moving things around with the tropical, because I used the change but then I swapped it for notes, and I think I've just gone adrift somewhere. It'll all come out in the wash. It's 20 quid, it's not a large bit of what I did, and I think I was under last week by £2.94. So I'm about £17 and a bit adrift for the whole of the month, which with an income of £6,500, I think I can live with. So there we go. We did okay, actually. We went over on food, but I can pull that back. But everything else was and there was the budgeting I hadn't budgeted for, but everything else was covered either by the budget or sinking funds and was an expected expense. Okay, so that is the budget for week 2. So we'll deal with what's left in my wallet, and then we'll cash stuff for next month. Now I've just bunged some money in here, which my husband gave me to pay for his bits and bobs, and I think it's more than I actually need to stuff. So we'll do that in a minute after I've sorted out my change and what's left in my wallet. Let's just move you back over there a bit and let's zoom out a bit. Otherwise I'm going to look like I've got massive hands, aren't I? There we go. Is that all right? Can you see that okay? So I had nothing left in food. I have got £13 left in household. That's a monthly budget, so I just leave that in there. Toiletries as well is 13. Leave that one in there for the rest of the month. And eating out has got 20. So we just spent that £5 on my husband's mid-run snack. Miscellaneous hasn't been spent, so I shall take that £5 out. Pop it on there. And my spending money has got 10, and I'm just going to leave that rather than reallocate it to my challenges, because I've got a night out on the 22nd. And then rollover has got 5, and I'm just going to add that miscellaneous money into there. You'll notice that I have taken out there was 45 in there, rollover, which was a £40 extra from food, and I've put that back in the budget to cover the budgeting spends. And then that's it, and there's someone to go back into bank when I've worked out exactly how much I need. Okay, so I have got quite a bit of change to deal with. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, £7 in pound coins. And then what else have I got? 2 50s. Got loads of 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 10s, 4 5s. Running out of space. Move the pound coins over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. You can see them all disappearing into distance, and 3 1s. Not in any order. Let's bung them down. So we'll do the change first, and then I'm going to do the pound coins, because I've got a new challenge. So let's get these out. I'll get these ones out, and my pens. Okay, so 3 pennies. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll have that one done by the end of the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. Where's the orange? Where's the orange when you need it? There it is. Is it orange or is it red? I think it's red, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pences is the orange. And I've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope I'm doing this right because I'm doing it quickly. And ooh, 2 tens means I've finished this one. Oh, wrong purple. Oh well, never mind. 1, 2. And then that's a bag to go back to the bank. And I have got £55, I think it is, in coins from the Tropical Challenge to go back to the bank. So we'll do them at the same time. And then we can reallocate them that to one of my challenges. So what haven't I done? 20 pences. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why some of them have squiggles and some of them are filled in properly on these little trackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely get more 20 pences in my change than anything else. As you can see, I'm going towards my 4th bag of 20s, and I think everything else has just had 1 except the 50s, and then 2 50s. We'll do 1, 2, fab. So that's all that done, and that will go in the big pot. So I think there'll be a few of those finished by the end of the year, because I'm definitely using more cash now, trying to do my cash, especially for food, and it is producing quite a bit of change. So I have a new challenge for my pound coins, which is from my favourite, the Queen Bee makes, which is this one here. So she does a couple of different variations of this. I got this one which was just coins, so it's like £1 and £2, and you can get another one which is notes. So this one says £50, and I think the one with a note says 150. I may be wrong, but I think that's what it is. So I thought this one I would use from now until the end of the year, and then I'll see if she's got another one which is more seasonal for the start of the year, or I might do something completely different. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm still going to use this green purse for these pound coin challenges. Okay, so what colour should we do? Let's just do black. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. How cute is that nutcracker? I like that. So, okay, that's all the coins done for last week, and I need 470. So I don't know if I've got this right. Let's sort out the cash. I need 18 £20 notes, and I don't think I've got 18. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 60. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You can tell that's been in my husband's wallet, can't you? Because it's got a curve in it from where the wallet folds over. So I needed 18 tens, and then I needed I needed 18 20s, and I need 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 5s. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I also need 5 1s. So I need to have a bit of a swaps for these. I've just put in the green purse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the fiver in instead. Right, so let's add that up and see how much it adds up to. Okay, move me plant a bit, he's not quite in the right place. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 94, 10, 20, 30, 45, 55, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 470. Fab, that's what it says on my list, so it must be right. Right, there we go. 470. So let's put the rest of this that I had left over in back to bank. I won't actually probably take it back to bank. It'll just go towards next week's cash stuffing. Okay, so I've still got my receipts in the front there to scan into ShopX to earn myself a little bit of Amazon vouchers. Okay, so we're going to do food first. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 170, 175, 178, 180, 180 that is. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75 and 80. Okay, so where is the 10-sided dice? And where is my little challenge? So I'm going to roll this 10-sided dice twice, and whatever I roll, I will take out of my food budget and put in this Dice Baby challenge. Can I get my plant right today? It's just not working. I think I'm in a different position and it feels a bit funny. So 6 is the first one. So let's get the challenge out and mark that off. Let's have pink. 6 and 8. Oh, I've had a 6 and 8 before. So what's that? 14. So we'll take the 10 and the 1, 2, 3, 4 and put that in there. It's adding up quite nicely, that. I mean, it's going to take me quite a while to do it because it saves £275, but it is coming along nicely. So for food, I've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 65, 66, 166, and I think that'll be fine. As I say, we have sort of shopped a bit earlier this week, so some of the things that I've counted as being spent in week 2's budget are actually will be eaten in week 3. Okay, so that's food. Household doesn't get anything added to it, and neither does toiletries. So that's sealed up. Yes, it out. Eating out is going to get another £20. Now, we were going to go to a gluten-free fish and chip shop today. That normally shuts at 7. Got £40 in eating out now. But my son's been invited to a sleepover. So my husband and I might have an Indians instead. I keep fiddling with my plant. I really am just not happy. I think it's because I'm too far out. Let's go in a bit. There. That's a bit better, isn't it? Yes, so that might get eaten, or we might just have something else in the house. Miscellaneous is getting its usual £5. There we go. My spending is getting 30 this week, but I'm not going to allocate anything to my cruise or to my personal savings for the cruise because I need it for my night out. So I've got 20, 30, 40. Now, we have found a cruise that we like. There was 6 of us going and there's now 5 of us going, so it's made it a bit awkward because it means we need 3 in a room, and some of the cruises, the room size for 3 people is diabolical. And there's a couple of us a bit wary of being on a big boat and water and not being able to get out. So I think we're going on a different cruise, which has got bigger rooms. So we'll have 2 in one, 3 in the other, but it's got like a balcony. So the cruise to have the kind of room that we want, it means that there's only different cruises that we can go on because of the budget. So we're not going on the Greek island one. So the itinerary on this it's Italy, Greece and Turkey. But I think I'll end up going the places I went on holiday last year. And I don't think the 2 sites in Turkey are actually where any of the sites are. They're more seaside places. So we'll see. We'll see what it is. It's more, I think, the cruise experience. It's the only cruise I'll probably ever do in my life. So it's more about, I think, the cruise than it is about where you're going. It's the kind of the cruise experience. So it is what it is. It'll be good fun with the girls. So yeah, I think it'll be good. So let's have a think. I think for the places we're going are great if you've never been to them before. It's just I've been there. So I've quite fancied somewhere new, which is what I was going to say on the other cruise. Okay, so let's stuff sinking funds. So we'll start with the annuals. And I'm going to put £20 into medical. Oh my God, £20 in medical and dentist. I've got a hygienist appointment at the beginning of December. So we'll need to top that one up. And then I've got subscriptions, which is getting 5. I think I've changed my denominations, you know. So I end up with completely the wrong amount. 2045 in subscriptions. So I think I mentioned in a previous video, it's probably one of the ones that are no longer on my channel. I couldn't think of what we needed to pay for subscriptions. But we have got Prime again now. And there's my husband's PlayStation could be paid annually. And I've also got the green bin collection. So we have quite a big garden at the front and at the back. So we have 2 green bins and I think they're £37 each. I need to pay them before the end of January. So I will keep adding 2 subscriptions. Okay, but that's it for this one. No, it's not. I've missed one out. I can't read my own writing. So I'm putting £25 into my son's clothing. So he's got 50, 75 and he does need some new clothes. He really needs some new joggers is what he's like. So yeah, I will be spending that I think shortly. Okay, nothing else in that one. And then into birthdays and occasions, it is my son's birthday that is getting stuffed and he is getting 50. So 20, 40, 50. So let's organise the cash and see if I need to colour anything in. So he's got 100 in the bank and 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200. So, oh, I do need to colour a couple of these in because 200, each one of these is 40 of these green cakes. Look a little bit lurid, don't they? So that would be 5 of these. And my son is getting a new phone for Christmas, but some of that money it's kind of Christmas and birthday. So we will be using some of this money when we buy it. And as his phone is absolutely knackered, there'll be some of this coming out because this is quite a generous budget for his birthday. So he might as well have it towards. It's just a reconditioned phone. It's on a excuse me, on a SIM only. So part of his birthday, part of his Christmas will be for that one. Nothing else in birthdays and occasions. And we're off on to variable. So let's have a look at what we need to put in variable. So I think it's just Costco here at the back is getting £20. So I have £40 in Costco now. So I budget £50 a month and I've already spent 12, of which £10 come out of here on that coffee that I bought. That was on special offer. And that's it for that one. Oh no, it isn't. Oh no, it isn't. I'm putting dog in, which I forgot last week. And I do need to take some money out of here actually. He's now got 10.25 because we've bought him a new collar and I've bought him some toys. I bought him a toy and it lasted an hour. So, and then I bought him a super tough toy in the shape of a gorilla, a blue and red and yellow gorilla. And within about 40 minutes, he had the stuffing out. So if anybody has any idea what you can, for super chewers and toy shredders, any toys you can recommend, do let me know. Because I'm really struggling with him. He ends up with like hard plastic ones and then he's like chewing on them. You're thinking, my God, your poor teeth. You know, I'm going to end up with the vet's bill. Okay, so into beauty in this one. So hair will be getting spent because I've got a hair appointment tomorrow. Nails will be getting spent because I've lost 2 nails. And that bit, my appointment's tomorrow as well. Skincare, beauty is getting 10. So I do keep meaning to book my eyebrows. But my hair gets longer, my fringe grows, and then I don't know what my eyebrows doing. So it's just when they're when my fringe get my hair cut tomorrow, I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to do my eyebrows. And I'm that short-sighted now that I struggle to do myself. I've got a super magnifying mirror. Okay, so we are going to now put money into savings challenges. So I am going to do a Christmas challenge. So I have reduced my budget a little bit. So let's just put all of the money into here. I have spent some of my Christmas budget as well, but I'm just going to keep it as it is. It's come out of another challenge I had. I think I had £90 in this challenge at the back. And I've started to spend some of that money. I haven't bought a lot. What have I bought? I bought those budgeting stuff. But that came out of the rollover. So what did I spend the money? Oh, I bought a book for my son. I bought him a little case. He has his ears pierced, so I bought him a little case for that to put his earrings in. What else have I bought? I cannot remember what I've bought, but it wasn't a lot. So what am I doing? £50 into here. I haven't taken the money out, have I? Too busy talking, that's my problem. Too busy talking. So we're going to do, have I got a 10? Yes. I'll do 40. And I'll do 10 down here. I'll just give a bit of colour on that one. My husband is determined to put the Christmas tree up this weekend. And I'm like, oh my God, that is just far too early. But it's the most convenient time to do it because we've been at home, the house is cleared, the house is clean. It's like ideal to do it now, but I'm like, oh my God, that is so early. I'll be sick of it by the middle of December. Okay, so I've got 300, 400 in the bank for this challenge, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 460 in that one. Okay, so that's the only Christmas one I'm stuffing this week. Right, let's put that one away, and then we're doing savings challenges. I seem to have too much money. Have I had 20? Oh no, I haven't. I've got the right amount of money. I just can't count. So I am putting £20 into the Friday saver. There we go. So that one goes in there. So in here, I've now got 20, 30, 40, and that one saves £70 in November. And then the 1025 is going into the 2025 saver, which is going to be used for my husband's trip, which he is taking in the end of January. It's a bit annoying because he flies on the Friday. If he flew on the Saturday at the same time, I'd have been paid by then. So I would have had an extra month. Plus, we get all our bonuses in February. So it would make life much easier. So £100 in the bank and 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 175 for that one. So £100 of this has already been spent on our holiday in August. So we've actually kind of £275 through the challenge, but it's £175 that we'll actually have to play with at the end of the year. Okay, so there we are. The tray is empty and we are stuffed for another week. Okay, so I will be back next Friday or Saturday with a review of how we've done against our week 3 budget and also to cash stuff for the last week of November. So have a great weekend and a super week, and I shall speak to you all then. Bye bye.